Macy's down here. Then
Mm-hmm.
when that Macy's started hiring police, so then they started going out to like Oak Brook and stuff like that
Going
and
out the
start stealing
suburbs.
out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but they the city gave that building money. You can't even FOIA anything because this administration is so corrupt. You know, they stopped at $637 million, right? $637 million in immigration money that was given. Ain't no way in the world it was just 637 million. That's just how much you can FOIA for.
Okay.
You
Right.
can't FOIA for anything. And when I say whoever is working the FOIA department for the city of Chicago, he is the one who put them in there, because no one can FOIA anything. Every time you FOIA the city for anything, they come back with nothing for you.
With nothing.
Nothing.
Well, let me ask you a question. I mean, maybe this is this is a very simple, easy rhetorical question, maybe. But what do you think would have happened if they had took, and I'm just talking about the building on 75th and South Shore, right? Clearly a
Right.
black neighborhood. What do you think would have happened if they had placed migrants in, Evanston um or another part, North Chicago, or maybe even in the suburbs where maybe more affluent um white people or other races of people
Well,
live? What do you think would have happened?
they had some in DuPage, and they put them in this. I think it was the best. It was some type of hotel. They were in there for like 2 weeks. Then people got them out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like they they don't stay. Only place that they stayed for a very long time, which was surprise to me, was Streeterville. They had them
Okay.
in the inner Chicago in Streeterville. That is a block. It was Ohio, which is like a block away from Magma.
Right.
So that was the only. And I mean, but what I saw it. I saw white people leaving. I mean, selling a condo for half of what it was worth.
Mm.
I saw them going crazy, going off. I saw them trying to figure out how can they sue the city.
Hmm.
They had to put more police presence down there because it was to the point that they were everywhere. They were dealing with the migrants, the robberies, and then the teen takeovers, all in
Oh
Streeter.
wow, yeah, it's a lot.
So
Yeah.
I saw it, and I also saw the shift of the votes for the election. Like Streeterville almost flipped red.
Okay.
And I think the only reason why Streeterville didn't flip red was because people were worried about the Project 2025
Right.
stuff like that. And then also, I think a lot of people didn't want to feel guilty for not voting for a black woman.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but but the Asian community, Chinatown, they voted red.
Hmm.
Bronzeville almost made red, and Bronzeville is a black neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I
Hmm.
think, I think people that understood um, how much money that this administration, from the local, state, and the federal, especially the local and state, because the federal wasn't really sending that much money. It
Hmm.
was really the local and state that were spending our tax dollar on making sure the new people were the new people were welcomed, had everything.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, 7,500 South Shore and a whole bunch of other buildings. Because that was just a building that made national news
Right.
because the raid. But in 2023, summer 2023, it's about 4 or 5 buildings that they were doing illegal evictions. The Cook County and the city was working on doing illegal evictions to get these people out so they can move these illegals in. It was illegal. It was migrants everywhere. When I
Hmm.
say everywhere, it was like a scene out of a movie. Like if anybody was to go back in the summer of 2023 that I saw, they said this happened even when Lori Lightfoot was in office the last year.
Mm-hmm.
From the police stations to the oh my god, the emergency rooms at the hospital.
Yeah.
Like it really was like a scene out of a movie. So when people tell me what Donald Trump is doing is inhumane, I'm like, you don't think it was inhumane what the last administration did? You don't think it was inhumane that they let 22 million people over here and they stole their resources? So and then the ones who did come over here because they really were seeking asylum, because don't get it wrong, let's sit here and say that there were ones that did, but those people now are caught up in a scam because the last administration knew that this generation, not just blacks, whites, Hispanics, Asians, Africans, everybody that assimilated to this culture, American culture, and grew up without the segregation and the racism and the prejudice and all this stuff, knew that the Democratic Party's getting weird, bro. It's getting weird. These independent candidates ain't hitting either. Let's go. I guess, I'm either going to sit out or I'm voting for Trump. I voted for Trump already. Trump, I mean, y'all said Trump was a bad guy, but Trump really wasn't a bad guy. This is what people were thinking about,
Right.
So, and when people started seeing that, I mean, when the Democratic Party started seeing that they did not have that, they couldn't play that victim anymore. They couldn't keep saying that the white man is the one that's keeping us down and we're oppressed. And this manufactured narrative of that every white man that is over 60 and as a Republican that they're anti-black. Nobody's not going to continue to deal with that.
Now you make a good point on that. You make a really good point on that, because, and I think more people are doing that.